Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. I know. I usually like to start off the year by taking January off because I just feel like it's too much stress thinking about the new year, thinking about your goals, and then still having to put out videos on YouTube. So I like to take January to rest. Although I think I put out a vlog before this video, but that vlog was just to like clear my archives because my Texas trip was cut short. So if you're new here, you're welcome. If you're returning, you're welcome back. On this channel, I talk about anything and everything. Anything that crosses my mind is what I talk about. So I kind of want to do like an introduction video or like a happy new year video kind of thing, but to sit down and talk about it. Last year was a very funny year for me. It was good and it was bad, like it had ups and downs and everything, and I'm grateful to God for that. But I just want to come on here to open the year, I guess. So I'm going to start with a recap of what 2023 was like. I know I'm kind of lazy because like it's February, whatever. um but the year was pretty good for me, in more ways than one. Like I think it was more good than bad, although I dealt with some kind of seasonal depression and loneliness because I was in a new country, or I moved to America recently. But it was still good, and then I had academics and my result came out and it was really really good, like really really good. I kid you not, I just don't want to say the figures. You know what, I had a first class, okay. I've earned the right to brag about it, because when I tell you that I put my back into everything I was doing, and I wasn't really sure because, like, different educational system, that kind of thing. But it actually felt really easy to do. Like, it felt really easy, and then I came out at the top. So this time I'm trying to aim higher than what I currently have. But in terms of academics, I think that I actually did really, really well. During December, when school closed, I went to Texas to visit my best friend Lichi. I'm sure you guys have watched the vlogs, but if you've not watched it, I'm going to link them in the cards or in the description box. It was a really fun time. I feel like Texas is somewhere that I'm actually going to end up moving to when I'm done with school here, because you meet a lot of people. It's warm, it's the city, and I really hate cold. I'm in the Midwest, and the Midwest is like really really cold. So I would like to move to somewhere that is kind of warm, because I hate being in the cold so much. Like, I just hate it. And then another thing I hate about the cold is that you can't just wear what you want to wear. Because me, I like to wear clothes that show my legs, my arms, everything. But when you're in the Midwest, you can't do that because, well, during this period, you can't do that because you have to keep covering up and covering up because it's really, really cold. Either way, my Texas trip was like the highlight of my year, because I ended up seeing my family, well, my second family, because me and Lichi grew up together. So her family is like my family, more or less. So I ended up seeing them, people that I had not seen for years. I ended up seeing them, and that was actually really, really nice. Unfortunately, that trip was cut short because I think I mentioned this in the vlog that I put up before this video. So I wasn't even checking my email. I wasn't doing anything. Like, I was just like, oh, it's holiday. Let me just rest. You know? And then and then one day I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym today. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I checked my email mistakenly, like my school email mistakenly, and I saw that I had to be at a meeting the following day in school. And that meeting, it was like a workshop, right? That workshop was so important because the job that I have is on campus, because I teach 100 level English and English and writing, right? So apparently you have to attend the workshop to retain the position at the university. And if you don't attend, then it's like a big deal. You can lose the job and whatnot. So I wasn't planning to risk anything. And I like to keep myself under the radar here. So I ended up flying from Texas that night. I think my flight was like by 8 p.m. And then there was even a tornado warning. And I was really freaking out because I was like, I can't miss this workshop. And this tornado is really freaking me out because I have a fear. One of my biggest fears is being in a plane crash. I don't ever want to experience something like that. So I had to still take that risk. And then they were moving the flight and doing anyhow, like they were delaying it. So it was really, really annoying. When I came back, I ended up getting like maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And then I had to be at that workshop the next day. It was horrible. Like, I I was so tired. I was so sleepy. Usually, I'm somebody that doesn't sleep in public, right? I don't. You won't see me sleeping like dozing off in public. I don't like doing. I don't like doing that because I find it very embarrassing. But I was dozing off. Me, me of all people, I was dozing off. So it was really crazy. But thankfully, that's out the way, and I was able to complete the workshop before coming to start my new job. So speaking of new jobs, on campus, right? Because I don't think I told you guys this, but my admission came with a GTA appointment, right? So I wasn't teaching per se last semester. I was observing to learn how to teach. So this semester now, I'm teaching until I graduate. I'm going to teach. I was actually really scared of, because teaching is a very intimidating thing. Like you have to stand in front of people and tell them, or like tell them that you know something. You have to actually know what you're teaching. So it's very intimidating, it's very challenging, but at the same time it's actually a lot of fun. I actually really like my students. So far they seem like they have it together, they're really smart. So I have a good experience so far. I don't want to like jinx anything, but it kind of makes me to want to do better because I have to also read and study and then tell them what to do. Although the educational system here is kind of different because they try not to lecture. They try not to just go to class for 1 hour and 15 minutes and keep talking, 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 talking. They actually prefer to do things like they prefer to be more hands-on. So that's kind of how they were training us to teach. So rather than telling students, okay, do this, do this, do this, we give them activities. We tell them, okay, what do you think about this? And then we now end up relating it to what they're actually supposed to know in the class. So that way they have more hands-on experience in class than just you lecturing and lecturing and lecturing. And most times people don't even like when you lecture because it's like they get bored. So that's for my job. It's going really, really well, and I think I'm actually getting the hang of it. The first few weeks when I started, it was kind of like I was scared. In fact, I was even about to call my supervisor and say, please, I don't want to do this job. I don't want to do it. It's too intimidating. But it actually feels really good to do something you feel like you can do and find out that you can actually do it. So now I want to talk a bit about my New Year's resolutions, and I hate using that phrase because I feel like it's been so overflogged at this point. But some of the things that I plan to actually do for myself this year, one thing is to be extremely consistent at the gym, and so far I have been, and I've even made a lot of progress because I'm seeing results and I'm gaining healthy weight and I'm getting stronger and I'm lifting heavier. My metabolism has increased, so everything is like going really good. I'm thinking of doing a couple of cooking videos, more fitness and cooking videos for the channel. But I will see how you guys like it, Sha. If it's not something you guys like, then I probably will not do it as much as I've already planned to. The gym has honestly been one of my I'm so grateful to God for the gym, because it's so therapeutic. And last year I used to go to the gym in the evenings, that's after class. But then I realized that I have a lot of time in the mornings. So maybe from like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I have time before most of my classes start later in the day. So I started taking advantage of that and going to the gym in the morning instead. So that way I come back, have my bath, eat breakfast, and then go to class. So I feel kind of energized. And I found out that it actually works really well for me because when I go to school and I come back, I'm always so tired. Like I don't want to be in the gym. I don't want to start lifting weights after I've had such a long day. I just want to climb on my bed, sleep, or do an assignment or something like that. So I figured out that going to the gym in the morning is much more beneficial for me. So that's what I started doing. So that's one of my New Year's goals or whatever, just to be more fit and more healthy. And so another goal that I set for myself is to start saving again. In Nigeria, I used to save a lot. But here, I wasn't. Last year, I have to be honest, I wasn't really saving that much last year because I just came and I was trying to sort a couple of things out. I was doing them behind the scenes, but they were really, really stressing me out. So this is actually good news. One thing that I'm very proud of is the fact that I got my license here. I got it in December. Yeah, December last year. So in this place here, at least in this state, I don't know what the laws for other states are. But if you fail your driving test 3 times, you have to go back to driving school. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to driving school after I've gone to driving school in Nigeria and gotten my driver's license in Nigeria. I should now come here and be going to driving school. And the way they drive here is kind of like how we drive in Nigeria. I mean, like the steering wheel is on the left side of the car, so it's basically the same thing. You just have to know how to navigate the roads, how to obey signs, and all those things. So I went there, I got my license. I actually passed the written test first of all, because you first take a written test and then you do the road test. So I failed the written test the first time I took it. I failed the driving, like the road test, the first time I took it. But then the second times, two second times that I tried, I actually aced them. And I was really happy because I was like, I remember when I was complaining to you guys that moving around in this place is very difficult. So it's hard to move around when you don't have a car because there's no public transportation. So I did another thing that was crazy, and I went and I got a car. And at first I was feeling a bit guilty about it because I was like, am I ready for the responsibility that comes with having a car and all those things? But I was just like, you know what? There are some times that I can't just wake up and say, okay, I want to go to Aldi or I want to go to Walmart to pick up a bag of groceries or something like that. And it's really annoying to not be able to be mobile. So I was like, this thing is more functional than it's more of a need than a luxury or than a want. Like, my friends were telling me when I was buying it, they were like, why are you feeling bad? That people who are younger than you here have cars and they drive. So why are you feeling bad about getting a car? Is it because you've lived all your life in Nigeria and everything? I mean, my Nigerian friends were telling me this. So I just closed my eyes and I bought it. So I'm about to finish paying it off. I think I'll be done paying it off in like March. So that's one really good thing that I know I did for myself. And at first I wasn't going to share the news, but I've realized that I want to just put these things out there, not necessarily for people but for myself, like just to record some milestones in my life and all that. I know it's something I can do privately, but I still choose to put it out here because it's my channel. So um, so yeah, that's basically it for good news. I can finally move around, I'm mobile, and it actually feels really good. Right now I can even drive to the gym. The school gym is not too far from here, although in my apartment there's a gym downstairs, like in another building, but that gym doesn't have a lot of equipment, so my workouts are always very limited. But the school gym has a lot, like a ton of equipment, so I can go there and do my thing and then come out. So that's that. So another thing I plan to do for myself this year is to learn this thing called delayed gratification. I mean, I already know it, but I'm very used to when I want to do something. Like if I want something, I do it sharp sharp. I don't like wasting time. Highest highs, maybe like in 1 or 2 weeks and I'm done with it. That's the kind of person that I am. And I tend to ask for, I'm not shy to ask for help. I always ask people that I know for help. So that kind of helps me to get things I need to do done faster. But this time I'm trying to learn how to be more patient with basic things in life, like other things I want to do in my life. I want to kind of change my equipment for filming and my phone and camera and all those things. I mean, I kind of like how everything is simple, but I want to switch it up just a little bit. So I'm trying to basically save and then learn how to delay something that I need for a while, something I want for a while, and then end up buying it, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that that's something I can actually do this year. If it's not something I can do this year, then I will probably just do it next year. But in terms of savings, I plan to take it really, really seriously, more seriously than I did last year. Something else that has been on my mind lately is the fact that everything just got real. You know when people say shit just got real? I hate using that word. I hate cursing in public, but when people say shit just got real, that's how I feel right now. I feel like, okay, work has really started, school has continued, and then I'm thinking about saving money, I'm thinking about bills, I'm thinking about expenses, I'm thinking about eating healthy, I'm thinking about immigration and staying back in the legal way. So it's like a ton of things, and sometimes it becomes really overwhelming. It kind of worries me a lot because I'm like, I don't know how things are going to go. So there's that anxiety. It eats me up sometimes, but other times I'm like, you know what, I'm going to face what is in front of me right now, and the other things that need to be sorted out in the long run, they will be sorted out, because it's only so much you can handle as a human being. And I want to be very intentional about my health going forward, because when I see stories about people that maybe have hypertension or something, or high blood pressure or whatever, it really scares me. But I'm trying to break off that habit so that I don't actually kill myself before before I'm old. So, in another video, I'm also going to talk about how I'm taking my fitness life or my fitness or my health life more seriously. And then I mentioned that I'm also planning to do more cooking videos. So as time goes on, if I find recipes that I think are really healthy and doable, I'll share them with you guys on this channel. That is basically everything. I think I've touched everything. As usual, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up if you ended up enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you have any New Year's resolutions as well, or let's say New Year goals for the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.